Cichorium intybus. Nickname for this plant is glass windmill. This is part 1, and in part 2 I'll be sharing a mnemonic or memory technique to help you commit to memory the most identifying characteristics of this plant. Be sure to watch all of part 1 so that part 2 is understandable. It is an erect plant, weedy in form, growing from 1 to 5 feet tall. The flowers are evenly spaced along the stem. It is a biannual plant. In the first year, it develops a rosette. And during the second year, stems and flowers develop. The flowers are between 1 to 2 inches across. They bloom in the morning and track the sun until the sun is at the highest point in the sky, which is around noon, and then they'll close. The best time to harvest the flowers for edibility purposes is while they are in bloom, before they close. Each flower has 17 petals, and the petals have 5 fingers or teeth at the top. The petals are strap-shaped, and as you see, bears a remarkable resemblance to a windmill. The center of each flower does not have the disc, which is usually associated with dandelion-like or sunflower-like flowers. The flowers are usually blue. They can be purple. Very rarely are they pink or white. They might or might not bear a stem. If a stem is present, the stem would be very short. Flowers can appear in clusters up to 4. This is a picture of 3 flowers. Like I said earlier, they are evenly spaced along the stem. Stems which are mostly naked. This is a picture of the stamen. On the tip of each stamen are the anthers, which are split and they curl. As you see, they are deep blue. This is a picture of the first year rosette of leaves. The leaves can be between 3 and 10 inches long. They are deeply lobed or dissected, lance-shaped, oblong. The stems are light green and have reddish brown markings. The stem leaves do not have stalks, and they attach directly to the stem in a form which is referred to as clasping. They clasp the stem. Remember this visual, as it will be associated with a cup in the mnemonic. This area forms a container or something resembling a cup. The stem leaves have rough hairs on the top and the bottom. They bear teeth around the margins or the edges. The teeth and the hairs diminish as the leaves ascend the stem. Again, leaves from 3 to 10 inches long. Stem leaves not only just clasp the stem, but they can also surround the stem completely. Again, remember this visual as it would relate to a cup during the mnemonic, catching what flows down the stem. To be explained in part 2. This is another picture of the leaves. Lobes pointing outward or downward. Glass windmill has a taproot which is sturdy. It is deep and bears a milky sap. As do the stems. A cluster of flowers, or a group of plants, I should say. The lower part of the stems are hairy, as you see here and here. Just like the stem leaves, as we get closer to the top of the plant, the pubescence or hairs diminish. Notice also how the branches attach to the main stem at approximately a 45-degree angle. This is a picture of the taproot, and if you look closely, you will be able to see the milky sap oozing from within. The seeds are angular. They have bristly hairs on the top. Picture of the stem. Notice the pubescence, again, mostly associated with the lower portion of the plant. Hairs being seen on the leaves as well. Brownish red coloring with the stem. The stems are hollow, round, the edible parts of this plant are the leaves, the flowers, and the roots. To learn how to prepare these parts, visit survivalplantsmemorycourse.com and click on Cichorium, intybus, through the Index of Plants link, and you'll find the methods of preparation on the fact sheet there. Thank you for watching Part 1, and in Part 2 I'll be sharing a mnemonic or memory technique to help you commit to memory the most distinguishing characteristics of this plant.